Evening all, I think we're on. Right, apologies for all of you that sat waiting for last night's video to come on, and then all of a sudden the sound went. I don't know what that's all about. I've absolutely no clue whatsoever. So this is a retry of last night's video. I didn't save it, and when I did go to try and find it, it had disappeared. So that's a glitch in the technology going off, or possibly divine intervention, I don't know. Anyway, so this video is about the beginning of the end of the Labour Party, or possibly just the beginning of the end of Keir Starmer's leadership. Yesterday, there was some information bandied about that the Supreme Court had slapped Starmer down for some of his foreign policy decisions that he'd made without due process. Now, I've been on and tried to find information or proof of that, and I can't find any proof of that anywhere. So that might be something that comes up at some point. Maybe that information's been removed so the public don't know. I'm not sure. I've been on the Supreme Court website. I can't find anything, but I can't find anything that's actually relevant, as in up to date. So, smelling the big fat rat, actually. It's possibly true, however, it's not being reported, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. So let's have a little look. Is the Labour Party imploding? We're going to take an Enchanted Map Oracle by Colette Baron Reid to kickstart it and see what these have to say. So, is the Labour Party imploding? Now, why would I say that? Well, as it turns out, that this cuts to benefits, etc. From what I can understand, between 80 and 100 backbench Labour MPs are up in arms about it. I don't think they'll vote against it because they have the whip removed. If they do that, they get punished by the party. They may abstain, I don't know, but even if 100 of them abstain, there's still too many other Labour politicians to vote that through. But I've also heard on the grapevine, and yet again I can't verify the veracity of this statement, that even the front benchers, the cabinet, are very, very up in arms about the proposals to the cuts to the welfare bill, particularly those to the disabled, the PIP, and the disabled element of employment. It's not employment support allowance, is it? Whatever other benefit it is, I don't know. I don't claim benefits, so I don't know how it works. I know it's changed over the last couple of decades. I don't know how it's changed, so I can't tell you anything about that. But it feels very much like his days are numbered, and it's coming to it. It's been coming to it since the riots in July. We've got intention number 22. Okay, what's intention then? Let's have a look at this. Intention. Deliberate, clear intentions have the power to change the world. Your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrows shot into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift. Let's hope that's the resignation of Keir Starmer and his cabinet. Showing you that you're hitting your mark. Recognise that you're not the one who has to do all the work. Others help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out into the field, then allow for synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. So whatever is about to happen, the most important message from this is whatever it is that you want to happen, it's not dependent on Keir Starmer leaving or the Labour Party leaving. What you want to happen, you need to focus on what it is you want to see rather than how you're going to get there. The how isn't up to us. The how isn't up to us at all. It's the what that's up to us. And that what is manifested in our minds. And the more minds that manifest the reality we want to see, the more likely we are of getting that reality. So rather than focusing on Starmer getting out and the Labour Party being ousted and a particular party that you like getting in, and then they'll do the work. No, we have to do the work. How we get there is not our business. What we want to see in the world is. So decide what it is you want, which actually is the hardest thing to do. Decide what it is you want to see and make that bigger in your mind. However, what's our tarot going to say about the current situation with the Labour Party and Keir Starmer? I mean, he is trying to be like world leader at the moment, but it's not working because he's just showing himself up to be even more pathetic on the world stage than he is on the national stage. So I don't know. He's trying to be this great war leader of our time, right? Unparalleled war leader. This great general, but he's just generally rubbish. So he shouldn't be in the job, but he is. And so how's it going for Keir Starmer and his very naive, very inexperienced cabinet? What's the deal? So we've got the Six of Swords. So rather than say anything about that right now, I'm going to put that down and see what comes with it. The Six of Swords. We have the Page of Cups. We get that a lot with Starmer. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Swords. Right. So if you take these two together, we've got this picture of the Six of Swords. We've got this man in a boat ferrying a female across stormy waters into calmer seas. In that boat are six swords. Swords are about the mind, the mental realm. It's about the mental emotions, like the type of emotions that are generated through the mind. Well, all emotions are generated through the mind, but swords tend to represent the ones that are the all-encompassing, the ones that take over your life, the fear, the worry, the anxiety, the lowest vibrational mind emotions. So right now what's happening is we are still travelling through pretty choppy times. People are incredibly worried, and rightly so. A lot of people are worried about the changes to PIP and what does that mean for them, and how are they going to afford to live, and the cost of living going up. And we've all got our council tax rises, as well as water rises and rent rises, and what's the other thing? Gas and electric rises, fuel rises. Everything's getting more and more expensive at the point where we're already squeezed to its optimum level. So, but we are still travelling through this particular tumultuous and stormy time. But we're travelling towards, this feels like an apology, but well, it doesn't feel like an apology. I usually read this as an apology, but I'm seeing this in this reading with these two together as a backtrack. But it's being naively done. The offer here is fishy. So it feels like there is going to be some, we're going to take this away from you, but don't worry because we're going to make it all right. It's fishy. It's a half-arsed attempt at calming the waters. Is it going to work? So here we've got the Seven of Pentacles. This is someone who has put all the hard work in and has started to see the harvest coming in, if you like. So if you look at this card, this man's grown all these pentacles. They're all ripe now. They're ready for picking. So this is, and it's pentacles, so it's about the material world. What you can see, taste, smell, touch, hear, etc. It's also about security. So this person has now grown all his pentacles. This to me is the people of the UK. They've worked the hardest. They've gathered in. This is like, I'm seeing this as wages coming in. Wages coming in. And this person stooped over these wages coming in. And along comes the government, the thief in the night. There's a worry about all the hard-earned, the savings. They're coming after your savings. They're coming after your savings. And if you look at this person, he's only managed to keep one for himself. He's got one pentacle by his feet. It's almost as if I've earned all this, but I'm only able to keep one of them because we've got this dodgy bastard nicking off with your stuff by stealth. There's some dodgy stuff coming in that's on the surface. They're going to say, oh, it's okay, we're doing this and we're going to replace this with that. No, what they say they're going to do and what they actually do are two different things. There's more to come with this dodgy government, I'll tell you now. Creating anxiety, upset, stress, unable to sleep. This is us being anxious and upset and hurt and worried and really, really mentally tortured by all this. We are still moving through it. We know we've been had. We know we're being had, and we don't know where we're going to go. We don't know where we're going to turn. There doesn't seem to be any light at the end of this. Doesn't seem to be any direction. So this is the UK people actually quite lost, despairing, unable to trust anything. But that's the way this government has got us. And what you have to remember is this whole thing is a game. And it's there to keep you in this mindset. Because if you're in this mindset, if you're in this state of fear, anxiety, while ever you're in this state mentally, that makes you more susceptible to being controlled. So when we're at this stage, this is when we look to others to save us. This is when we will accept any old shit the government will hand out to us. Because we look to people like the government to look after us. This is the warning. We can't get into this state, no matter what they take from you, no matter what they take from you. The minute you get into this state of anxiety, insomnia, total worry, this is a terrible state to be in. This is when you are at your most vulnerable and when you are more likely to accept any old shit that they give you. That's when you will accept being controlled. Because that's what the government does. It puts you in this perpetual state of fear so that when they do come up with a little a chink of light, we happily accept it. We're nearly at the end of this. We've got the 9 and the 10 of swords. We know we've been betrayed by our government. We're worried about what betrayal is coming next. There's a backtrack coming. They're going to backtrack. They're going to be it's going to be disguised as an offer of something, but the offer is fishy. The offer is also a betrayal, taking our taxes, leaving us with nothing, taking everything we've got and leaving us with nothing. This is there's a betrayal. This is betrayal. I don't know whether this is betrayal now or betrayal coming up, but let's just have a look. It's very strange that we've got the 9 and the 10. And in the 10 of swords, the 10 is an ending, signalling a new beginning. So this is the end of it. We're coming to the end of it. Definitely coming to the end of this. And the question is, how many of these people will the government take with them? And are you going to be one of them? What's next? Oh, we've got one. Then we've got the 8 of swords, all very swordy. This is all swords so far, apart from 1 pentacle and 1 cup. They're all swords. And you can't make this up because this deck has been shuffled within an inch of its life. So, right. So then we've got we've built up our wealth, our savings, our ISAs, our pension fund, and the government is going to take the lion's share of it and leave you a pauper. They are the thief in the night. They are coming in via the back door. Somehow they're coming in via the back door to take more of your money. I mean, that's no surprise there. We know there's no money left, and we know it's been mismanaged, and it's been mismanaged even worse than it has been in the past 20 years, but there you go. And then we've got the 8 of swords. So this is trapping us into a sense. We've got the 8, the 9, and the 10 of swords all on this row. So this next government initiative is going to make us feel trapped and unable to see where we need to go, unable to find a solution, unable to get out of the bind that we are in. This is also, like all other swords, a mindset. This person is only loosely tied. She could take the ties off if she wanted to. Once she's done that, she could take the blindfold off and release all the swords from the ground. It's a feeling of entrapment. It's in the mind, a thought of entrapment. So there's a feeling of being trapped. There's this anxiety, a betrayal coming to an end. But all the next steps of this government is all designed to make us anxious, feel trapped to the point where we surrender to the level of control that they're wanting to introduce next. I would think that would be digital ID, a social credit system like the Chinese. If you say something wrong, they'll switch off your money or whatever, or they'll have complete access to your bank account. So if you buy something they don't want you to have, like, I don't know, fags and booze maybe, they'll cut off your access to your bank account, that kind of thing. But there's no need to worry about it. If you have savings, draw it out in cash and do what they used to do in old days. Get it in a box under a mattress or something. Get your own little safe in your house. Do something. Find somewhere to keep it safe. Because I think the banks are going to suffer and all. And then we've got the 8 of Cups, walking away. So this whole line is what the government has done in recent months has created all this mental anguish and anxiety to the point where a lot of people think that they've got nowhere to go. This is what it's done. But what's it going to do? What happens to the government? They are going to walk away from their plans. They've got this huge plan of what they want to achieve and this set of ideals, and it's not working for them. They are going to have to abandon it and walk away from it. They're going to have to. But this is also advice for us. Walk away from the anxiety, the fear. Don't refuse to allow it to get to your mind. I know that's hard when you've got no bloody money. I've got no bloody money. I work hard, you know, and I see how much tax and everything I pay and how much, I could do with some of that money, and I don't earn a hell of a lot of money. I think I earn £2 a month, more than I should, not more than I should do, but if I wanted to claim housing benefit and council tax benefit, if I earned £2 a month less, I'd get it. So I'd be ever such a lot better off, but I'm not. Walk away from the anxiety of it. There's always ways around it. Community, find a way around it. I think they're going to walk away from this. So the Labour Party. What's the next move for the Labour Party? Another sword. This is... Well, I'm seeing prison here, so I don't know if someone's going to prison. Or someone's going to get quite ill, or the excuse is going to be that they're too ill to carry on. But I think this is Starmer being told to pack up his office. I think this is him telling him, stepping out of the limelight. I think he's stepping out of the limelight. I think this feels like he's going to be forced out. And then we've got the 9 of Wands. So the Labour Party is going to become very, very defensive, very, very defensive. They are going to take a massive bruising, but they're going to remain standing. So let me take another deck. So with this benefit thing, the benefit bill, how true is it that the Labour Party have been, or members of the Labour Party have been putting up huge objections to this latest attack on the poorest people in our society? First it was the pensioners, then it was the waspy women. Now it's those on benefits and the elderly, the disabled, those on the lowest income. This is the latest attack. How is Labour faring with that, and how true is it that they are going to take a battering? Is there going to be a rebellion? Is there trouble at the mill in the Labour Party? So we've got the 2 of Wands. So plans are being put in place right now. Some sort of partnership is being sought by somewhere. They are still more obsessed about the world stage than they are about what they're getting up to here. Here's a rebellion coming. God, we've got the 3 of Swords. Now, if you've got the 3 of Swords and the 4 of Swords together, there's jail time coming for somebody. There's jail time coming for somebody. There's also I'm not going to say what's on my mind here. I'm not going to say what's coming through my ears right now, but somebody's going to become quite ill in the Labour Party. Somebody's going to become quite ill, seriously ill. What does this latest round of benefit cuts, this latest assault on the most vulnerable in our society, how is that going to transpire? We've got temperance. Right, they're trying to balance things out. So right now, they're making deals. There is some devastating news. And then they try to balance everything out. They're trying to balance everything out with temperance, teaming and labelling. They're pouring water from one cup and into another. This is like robbing Peter to pay Paul. I know that's not the meaning of the card, but what I'm seeing is robbing Peter to pay Paul. So they seem to be robbing one budget to make up the shortfall for another budget, but then they're having to pour water back into that budget from somewhere else. It's not balancing right. There's no balance here. We've got this Three of Swords. The balance isn't right. And then we've got the Four of Cups. There is an offer, but they don't want it. I think we've had this before. They're being offered help and support. They don't want it. This is an arrogance here. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is some female person in charge of the money, someone with a good business head, someone with a good financial head. I would say Rachel Reeves is on her way out. Because even though she might well have a good financial head, she's coming up with this Three of Swords, possibly mental breakdown here. I'm wondering if there's a mental breakdown coming on for Rachel Reeves. Exit stage right for Rachel Reeves. So what about the rest of them? What about Keir Starmer? Right. So, and he's basically trying to keep on top of things. But he's in a precarious position. He's sort of, I think he's got a lot of Labour MPs coming after him, and he's going to find it very, very difficult to bat them all off. And at the same time, we've got this issue with Rachel Reeves. I think she's going to have some mental breakdown. And then, is the Labour Party on its way out or what? So we've got the Star card. The Star card is Aquarius. So the Star card is the age of Aquarius, if you like. It's about technology. It's about communication. Where sort of technological communication, like the internet, something like that. They're trying to pour water on fire, I think, because they realise they've messed up big time. So the rest of the Labour Party are trying to put out fires. They're trying to cool the situation down. But they are going to suffer a blow with Rachel from accounts. And it's got something to do with the mind. I think she's going to have some sort of mental breakdown. Right, so give us an overall. Oh, that's too many. How many is that? I'm not taking 4. Yes or no? Is Labour on its way out? Yeah, Labour's on its way out. Labour's on its way out. Is Keir Starmer on his way out? Yeah. We've got a new Chancellor coming in. This is a gift from the divine. Aces are about offers, new offers. So Labour are on the way out, and we've got someone else coming in, possibly a new chancellor, possibly a new government, one that's got the fiscal policy front and central, who's got the people front and central, who has security, food security, and physical security front and central. There's another government coming in. Now, I'm not saying it's a Labour government or not a Labour government. It might well be just a change of staff, same colours, same Labour colours, but whoever comes in next will have a genuine desire to try and sort things out. And will they be successful? Are they going to give us some respite from the theft over the last however many decades? We've got strength. Right. When I say, are they going to give us any respite? They're going to try and do something to make the economy better. But this is just going to be a massive battle of egos. It's just going to be a huge battle of egos. Are we going to have somebody brand new in 2029? Page of Pentacles. Yeah, we're going to have a very new team. A very new, young, wet behind the ears team, whose main focus will be financial security. They're a bit wet behind the ears. There's a lot of promise, but they're new. And I'm not saying that's reform, because I don't know. And we don't know who's going to come up in the next 4 years. Right now, as it stands, the only new party is reform. However, we could also think of the independents are new. You've got the Gaza group. You've got the Greens. They've never had any power whatsoever. You've got the Lib Dems. They've never had any power whatsoever either. So don't think this is reform. This could be any one of those, or any different political parties that may or may not spring up between now and 2029. In the meantime, do not give in to fear and anxiety. And if you have savings, start getting it out of the bank in dribs and drabs. And I've been told that if you try and take large amounts of money out of the bank, cash out of the bank, you get 1,000,001 questions as to what you want it for. And I think banks are trying to stop that happening. That would be my advice. I ain't got bugger all in my bank, so I'm not worried. Can't get blood out of a stone, can you? So if I were you, if you've got some savings, I'd enjoy them while you can, because no one knows what's round the corner. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that reading, and I probably won't do a reading tomorrow night because I've got a really, really long day tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be back on Wednesday. If not, I shall see you Thursday. So if I don't see you through week, I'll see you through winter. So bye for now. Ta-ra!